What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Bet Daily, April 6, 2023 here, also known the night before my wife's birthday. So it's a busy day here in the Somich household as we prepare for what should be a celebration all weekend because, hey, that's what you got to do. Right, Aaron?
So your wife's birthday is tomorrow.
Yes.
This guy's birthday is tomorrow.
That's right.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Who knew? Well, I guess.
Same age, Somich? Same age?
Close in age. Very close, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure. I guess she still celebrates her birthdays. I don't.
My wife is a birthday month person, so we actually started celebrating last weekend, and it just kind of keeps going and going. My daughter loves birthdays, so that doesn't help this aspect of it. So it's just it's a lot here in the Somich household as the only male who's continuing to make it happen, baby. All right, let's jump into some hockey. We got the Leafs headed in to take on the Bruins here, minus 155. Total sitting at 6. The Bruins still chasing history to be the best team ever in the NHL. Aaron, what are you doing here?
I'm going to go with the Bruins in this spot. I just think they're a better team. I think because they're chasing that history, like you said, they're still motivated. I know they've got everything locked up, but they're still motivated. So give me the Bruins here. I just think they're a little bit better team than the Leafs.
Yeah, it should be a fun one here in Boston. I mean, this is a possible round 2 matchup. It looks like the Leafs are going to take on the Lightning. That's not going to change. The Bruins will be playing a wild card and then waiting for the winner of that series, assuming they get through. So could be a second round matchup here, Papa Dude. What are you going to do with this one?
Do you think they care if they're the best team in history? I just wonder about that.
I think they do.
Do you think they do?
I think so
They're
too.
a tight-knit group. They've been around each other for a while. I think so.
Yeah.
It's one thing, too, when you're like trying to break a recent record. They're going after the record from 77, 78 in the Montreal Canadiens. Like that's an accomplishment, right? It's like the 72 with the Jordan's Bulls and things like that. I mean, that's something you really hang your hat on.
Well, you know what worries me about the Bruins? Somebody, Pedlo there was talking about to win the cup and things like that. We've seen these teams push for these regular season records, and then they don't get out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
And I worry about the Bruins. I do. But this may keep them motivated to keep playing well to where they're sharp going into the playoffs. This is a big game tonight. They do want to throw their force around against these teams they may have to play. So I think they're going to win. I think they're better than Toronto. I don't know what else the Bruins have to prove, to be honest.
Yeah, I'll lay the goal and a half of the Bruins here. I'll take plus 145 and just hope that they can keep it rolling. One of the advantages the Bruins have, their depth is phenomenal across both the front, the forwards, the defensemen, and having 2 Vezina-level goalies essentially right now allows them to be able to kind of churn people in and out, rest people, and still play at a very, very high level. So I think the Bruins kind of keep this rolling. I don't think it affects them chasing the record because of how good they are from a depth perspective.
Yep, agree.
They are so solid and consistent.
Let's go we got a bunch of good hockey games tonight. So we're going to cover a couple of them here. The Kings headed in to take on the Golden Knights, minus 120, total sitting at 6. Both of these teams battling in a 3-way battle for the Pacific Division with the Oilers as well. You really want to win that division, so you don't have to play one of the other 3, right, Aaron? I mean, these games are wildly important down the stretch.
They are definitely important, and this is a big-time game tonight. 2 teams that like to play pretty slow. I think a good first period under here, even though that kind of blew up on us last night, Somich. But I think this would be a good first period under to play if you're going to do it tonight. 2 teams that like to play pretty tight. I went with the Golden Knights to win this thing. I admire LA because they kind of are that team. It's like they're pretty good, but we kind of always forget about them. But I think we forget about them because they just don't have that flash. They just don't have that roster that really scares you. And now we're getting in these games that are really important. I think that'll show out. So give me the Golden Knights here minus the 120.
Yeah, Vegas has been very good at home recently. They struggled early in the season for some reason, and they have one of the better. If you've never gone to a Golden Knights game, you go to Vegas, go to a game. It is a phenomenal experience. They do a great job with showmanship. I actually love where the rink is too. T-Mobile is like right behind Park MGM. So you can walk from the strip to get to the game. It's really easy to get in and out of. So great fan experience there in Las Vegas. Give me the Kings. I like this Kings team. They are upstarty, and the Golden Knights haven't figured out this goaltending problem. Jonathan Quick is a stopgap. He's not a solution. And at some point, that's going to come back to bite you. I'll take the Kings plus 100. Papa Dude, who do you like here?
I like the Kings as well. I do. I went ahead and took Vegas because it's at home, but I really would. I would not bet the Knights at -120. I would go with the Kings. I'm with you, and I think a lot of this is we just don't see the Kings much. Now, you might, Mike, since you're out on the West Coast now, but Aaron and I don't. Aaron might stay up and watch them. I don't. So we don't see them a whole lot. It seems like we see Vegas a little bit more. And Edmonton's got the flash, as Aaron said, I think.
Mhm.
So this team is solid. Yeah, these three teams are really good, and they don't want to play each other in that first round. So this is a huge game tonight. Huge.
This Kings team, not as good as the Stanley Cup winners, but kind of cut from the same cloth. There's just nothing sexy about this Kings team. You don't have those top-end, top-tier players you're talking about to win the Hart, to win the Norris. You just got a group of guys that play well together. And they don't end up on TV very often. The Las Vegas Golden Knights do. Edmonton does. You see Colorado on TV quite a bit. This is the forgotten team who has played phenomenal throughout the entire season.
Give me those kind of teams any day. I'll take them any day. Those solid, good teams that just play their butts off every night. That's what you want.
I'll take Edmonton just for the record over that.
Well,
I can't wait to see how Edmonton does in the playoffs this year. I love.
I'll take Edmonton over those good, solid teams.
Well, we'll see.
It's going to be all about that defense and how well they play and how good their goaltending is.
Yeah.
Another absolutely marquee game that kind of sneaks under the radar here because it is in opposite conferences. The Wild heading in to take on the Penguins. Penguins currently 1 point behind the Islanders for the last playoff spot in the East. The Wild in a battle with Dallas and Colorado for the top spot in the Pacific Division. This is a monster game for both these teams. The Wild do not want to play Dallas or Colorado in the first round. And Pittsburgh just wants to make the playoffs here, Aaron. What do you like here?
Oh, boy. I went back and forth on this one. I just don't think Pittsburgh's very good. And I think that's what's getting to them. And I think they're going to miss the playoffs. And I think they're going to lose this game. I took the Wild plus the money tonight. I'm going to give me the Wild. My best bet's going to come from another team that has to win. I'll explain why I picked them. But this Pittsburgh team, I just don't think they're that good. Every time I watch them, it's like this isn't a playoff team. So give me the Wild tonight. I think they're going to put a big nail in that coffin for Pittsburgh.
I'm gonna agree here. Give me the Wild as well. I think this Pittsburgh team is living on their past laurels here versus what they're actually able to accomplish this year. I'm surprised they're the favorite in this game, Papa Dude. Give me the Wild here plus the money.
Well, you guys like the Wild better than I do. I wouldn't bet the Penguins at -135. I'll say that. But I think they're going to win tonight. I just think this game means so much to them. I will say this about the Wild and the Stars. They don't want to play Colorado in the first round. And I'm telling you, that's murder. I would rather play the Stars any day than Colorado. And I don't think the Wild are scared of the Stars, but no one wants to play Colorado. Yeah. And that fourth team is a notch below Colorado for sure. So this is a must win for the Wild as well. This will be a great game tonight.
If I'm the Wild and the Stars, I'm almost losing on purpose at this point in the way. Let Colorado take the one. Let them go play a wild card. You get each other. It's a much better first-round matchup.
That is a very good idea. Go ahead and just tank it and play each other in the first round. Yeah, that'd be all right.
You need both to do it. That's the problem. You're not positive.
That's right. You're going to have to get together.
All right, let's head on to the NBA now and talk about a tanking team who has locked up the conference. The Denver Nuggets, who are sitting pretty much everybody because they have locked up the number one seed in the Western Conference. Well, the Suns, interestingly enough, are playing most people. They're trying to make sure they hold on to home court advantage and that 4 seed. And, oh, by the way, try and also get Kevin Durant integrated into this lineup here. Suns laying 7.5, total sitting at 224. Pop, who do you like?
I like the Suns, but if I was the Nuggets, I would not want the Suns killing me right before the playoffs. If my players could play, I'd play this game. I would, and then rest them the rest of the way. You just don't want to give a team a chance to one-up you when you're probably going to see them in the playoffs down the line. And the other thing is, too, you don't want to start giving the Suns some momentum because I think they're the team to beat anyway if they can get healthy. I wouldn't bet a nickel on the Nuggets. They're just too up and down. But I like the Suns tonight. I think they blow them out, especially if they rest those players.
I'm with you, Papa Dude. I'm laying the 7.5 here with Phoenix. You get Durant in, you get Jokic out. It's one of the worst benches in the NBA. When Jokic isn't on the floor, they are atrocious. If he doesn't play, that's a huge problem for them, especially against a team like the Suns who can score. So I'll take the Suns laying the 7.5 here. Aaron, what do you like?
Suns, make it a 3 for 3. I'm with you guys on the Suns. And you know what? I'm with Papa Dude a little bit. If I was betting futures, the Nuggets would not be on my list, even though that they've locked up this conference. So I think the Suns are going to be awfully tough to beat, not only tonight, but in the playoffs.
Yeah, this West is interesting. You've got the Nuggets and the Kings, who are both going to be highly seeded, yet both no one is betting. You've got the Lakers and the Golden State Warriors, who are quote unquote getting right at the right time. You got Andrew Wiggins coming back for Golden State. The Lakers are actually healthy for the first time all season. All of a sudden, they're making charges in that 4, 5, 6, 7 range. You got the Suns, who are your betting favorite in the West, which is wild, considering they're in the 4 seed and we still haven't seen them healthy. This West is one of the more interesting betting stories overall. Aaron, do you have any team in here that you're actually interested in playing in the West? Or do you kind of just sit and wait here right now?
I have no interest in betting NBA on a daily basis, so I'm not going to bet it for future wagers. I really don't know. I've really grown to kind of hate the NBA, the way they rest players and the injury reports. And, you got the Suns and Durant's going to play like 8 games for them, and then they're going to be the favorites to win. And it's just weird. And yeah, I don't know. The good answer is I don't know. I mean, you look at the rosters, the Suns seem to have the best roster. So will they come together is the big question.
Yeah, not a ton of time to do so. So I'd expect Durant plays all 4 of their final games just to give them a little more reps to be able to try and make a run. All right, now Papa Dude begged me to put this next game on the rundown. Okay. So I included it. Trailblazers taking on the Spurs. The Spurs laying 4, total sitting at 228 here, Papa Dude. You wanted to talk about this one. What do you got?
I'll make it short and sweet. I took the Spurs because I don't think the Blazers care, although they won a game the other night. And who was it they beat? Was it the Kings? Who was it they beat the other night?
They were 19.5-point dogs. I can't remember.
Yeah, how did they won? Who the heck was that?
The same night in the NBA, 19.5 and 18.5-point dogs won. It was like 39-1 or something for parlay.
The Rockets won on the same night, didn't they?
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, I like the Spurs tonight. I don't know why. I just think they'll care a little bit more than the Trailblazers will.
Give me the over 228.
Oh, yeah.
These two teams play quick. This is a just scrub-a-dub G League team from the Trailblazers here. They are benching everybody. The Spurs play at a high pace. The last time these two teams played, it was 147 to 127. Okay? That's 274 points. I'll take over 228. Aaron, what do you got?
Sure, I'll go with you. I'll follow Somich here. Go over.
All right, let's head over to the Diamond, talk about one game before we head over to Gulfstream Park. Dodgers minus 155, taking on the D-backs here. Total sitting at 9. We got a rematch. Merrill Kelly taking on Dustin May. They faced, I think it was the third game of the season, one of the two. Dodgers were able to win that game 2-1, a surprisingly low-scoring game. Papa Dude, what are you doing with this one?
I went with the Dodgers tonight. I think May will get the best of them. So I went with LA over the D-backs tonight.
Aaron?
Gotta love LA. Give me LA. Minus that 155. Better team than the D-backs. Although it's your boy pitching, Papa Dude. So that's scary.
You don't want to go to the well once too often. Okay. So I'm going to go with the other guy tonight.
Okay.
I'm going to lay the 1.5 with the Dodgers.
How about under the total?
I don't hate the under either. I'm going to lay the 1.5 for the Dodgers here, plus 105. Dustin May looks like he's back to the pitcher we saw a couple years ago. If that's the case, they have a significant pitching edge. Merrill Kelly, not a great whip pitcher. I am trying to avoid pitchers who have bad whips this year, especially with what we've seen on the base paths already in this young season. So I'll lay the 1.5 here with the Dodgers. All right, let's head over to the race of the day. Gulfstream Park, race number 7 here. We're going 7 furlongs on the dirt, 25K. Optional claimers, non-winners of 1, 3-year-olds and up for the ladies. Aaron, what'd you do here?
What a way to introduce it. Yeah, this is a really good race here. I thought this is the one that you would pick. I went with the 3 on top in this spot. I think it's an interesting race. Number 3, Rosie's Halo on top for me. Gosh, I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts too. It's going to go a lot of different ways. Well, I guess if I stay tuned, I will hear it. I just think this horse might be a little bit on the improve. I think 2 races back, horse ran pretty darn good. You've got Safi on the side always. Last time out, this horse moved up against not State Bred Company, but Open Company. Still was okay. I thought faced better horses than what's in this race today. I kind of think the setup's going to be pretty perfect. I think this horse gets first run on the leader. So give me number 3, Rosie's Halo.
I thought the 3 was interesting here as well. I mean, you got 2 is going to be a loose leader here, and Pioma for Larry Bates should be. We'll see if this can actually keep the distance going. A couple times is able to do so, and if the 2 is able to actually sustain the speed, all of a sudden the 2-pome, it becomes dangerous to take this field gate to wire. I'm actually going to go all the way to the outside. Give me Broadway Force 4-1. James Jerkins, Misael Jaramillo takes them out here. Last time, first time against Renters, just not quite good enough. That was at 6 furlongs, broke the maiden at 7. Now we're going back to 7 furlongs. I really like that 4 furlong work last time. Bullet work on the card on the March 23rd. Now we're coming back into 7 furlongs. So I'll take the 7 at 4-1. Papa Dude, who you got here?
I'm going to stick with Aaron on this one. I like the 3. I like the consistency. Last 6 outings, hit the board every time. 2 wins, 2 seconds, 2 thirds. That's the kind of horse I like to bet on. I think the 4 is kind of interesting. Gratitude is coming back from a long, long layoff, obviously an injury. Very promising horse before it got hurt. So I like her a little bit today. Be interesting to see how she does. She ran well in her 3 starts before she got hurt. Been off since February of 2022, so that's kind of interesting. We'll see how she goes. Another horse I really like is Peachy Weechy. I like that horse as well. So I'm going to go 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, 4 is interesting, Aaron. $230,000 purchase. Like Papa Dude said, has not seen her since she won a graded stakes, faced Kathleen O first time out, kept good company. It's tough to we're outside of the championship meet now. So the Ortizes are gone. They're at Keeneland. Saez at Keeneland. Rosario at Keeneland. You can't play the jockey game as much because if Irad was riding this horse, you'd expect this horse was going to fire. But now you got Paco, so it's a little bit more difficult to make those type of assumptions.
Yep, you're exactly right on that. That's a good way to put it. It's interesting. You're right. This horse, barely lost to Kathleen O, then won, and then was 3-1 to win the Forward Gal way back when in 2022. It didn't do any running, and obviously probably something happened on that day, and then that was it. So how does she come back? That's the question. It's a tough one to really decipher. Pletcher off layoffs, though, not too bad, so I'm not really worried about the days off. But like I said, it is kind of a situation with Keeneland opening up and New York racing getting going again. We left this one down at Gulfstream. What does that mean? We might find out.
A little concerned about the price, too. I don't think we're getting 3-1 when that gate actually breaks open. I bet this is going to be your betting favorite. Probably somewhere sub 2-1 in the like 8-5, 9-5 range, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
All right, before we jump into the best bets, real quick, let's go around the horn. What Derby prep are you most looking forward to? Aaron, I know you're heading to Keeneland, so that may affect your answer a little bit here, but we've got 3 monster ones. We've got the Wood, we've got the Bluegrass, we've got the Santa Anita Derby, all going on Saturday, all within an hour and a half each other. We'll be live covering those races. Well, Magic and I will. You and Jared are going to be, slacking over at the actual racetrack.
Right.
Which one of the 3 are you most excited about?
Yeah, they're all 3 a little bit different in their own ways, right? The Wood is not going to be my answer, but it is a fun race, a fun puzzle, a fun betting situation, but I'm not really looking forward to it the most. The Bluegrass, I'll be there, so that's great, and I'm very much looking forward to that whole card. It's going to be awesome. And you kind of get that answer. What is Tapit Trice? We'll find out, I guess, in that race. But for me, I think the one that's going to have the biggest impact is the Santa Anita Derby. I just think with Practical Move sitting out there, having that huge performance last time in the San Felipe, can he do it again? And if he does, what does that mean? So I think that's huge. And I think having a horse like Go Rocket Ride, who might be lone speed, kind of throws that race into, wow, that could have a couple different outcomes. And what if he runs down a lone speed, yada, yada, yada. You can go a lot of different ways. I think that is the most intriguing race this weekend.
I was not expecting for you to pick that race. That is my answer as well. I want to see what Practical Move does here. That to me is the most interesting thing because if you look through this, I kind of feel like I know what Tapit Trice is. I understand where I have him slotted in amongst this Derby field right now. Practical Move surprised me. I didn't expect him to be able to handle the distance as well as he did last time. I'm interested to see how he does it this time and if he can do it again as we stretch out here for the Santa Anita Derby. So the Santa Anita Derby to me is the most interesting specifically because I don't know where Practical Move falls in my top 10 right now. And I'm interested to see kind of how he shuffles it out. Papa Dude, what about you? Wood?
I'll make it unanimous. That Wood, though, is interesting in trying to pick a winner.
Yeah.
That's a hard one, man. That thing is full of, there's a lot of horses for one thing.
It's a fun race.
Yeah. Huh?
It's a fun race.
It might be the best betting race of the 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, but man, it's tough.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm with you guys. I'm wanting to see what this horse is and see if we have a challenger to the other one. So we'll see what happens. Should be a really fun day. By the way, up here in the chat, Pedlo wants our help here. Maybe we can help him. Said he needed 3 NHL Cup futures for a bonus. He's got the Rangers as one.
Let's see here.
You guys want to help them?
Uh,
Our loyal listener here. I think you have to put the Bruins in there.
I mean,
do
I'm
not like-
Avs. I think the Avs are going to win the West.
Yeah, I don't like the Rangers.
No, I don't either.
I would take a swing with someone too. I wouldn't take the Bruins as the third. If it's a bonus, I would take a big shot with somebody.
Okay. Who do we got?
Oh, it's a bonus. Okay, hold on. That changes things. I'm sorry, Pedal. I didn't read that. So you are taking longer prices, probably.
Okay. Well, let's see.
So the Rangers probably
We
aren't.
need to know what the prices are.
Well,
Let's
You
see.
know-
Let me see if I can get.
other than the Bruins, everybody's going to be a decent price.
Do
I really like Colorado. I really like the Edmonton play, and then I would.
okay. Colorado 650, Edmonton 8-1, Carolina 10-1, Rangers 12, Lightning 14, Stars 15, Vegas 16, Kings 22, Wild 22, Panthers 28, Jets 50, Islanders 50. Anything else jump out there?
No. So I would.
I take the Kings at 22-1 as one of them.
Yeah,
I would
sorry.
either take the Oilers, the Kings, or the Knights. I think you take one of those three teams as one of them.
Yeah.
What about the Hurricanes?
I would. I wouldn't do it.
I mean, I like the Hurricanes too. I think 10-1 on the Hurricanes versus 380 on the Bruins is the Hurricanes is the better bet.
The
What's the
Hurricanes just have out in the second round in 7 games. I'm sorry, written on them.
You can't really take the Wild because they're in there in that tough West.
Yeah, the Wild and the Stars are untakeable to me because they don't score enough.
agree.
That's right.
They also have out in the second round or out in the first round even.
You know, a lot of
one will
people-
lose to the other, then one will lose to the Avs.
Right. A lot of people will take the Lightning, but I don't think the Lightning are going to do it this year. I just don't think they're as good as they have. What were the Leafs?
9-1. No thanks.
You know, if they could ever get out of the first round, they might be, get that pressure off of them.
Are the Jets at 50-1 or the Panthers at 28-1 Wild?
I would take the Panthers before I would the Jets.
Here's the thing about the Panthers. If you
They
want
may
to
not
take
get
them,
in.
here's the deal, though. Here's the deal about the Panthers, and they might not get in the playoffs. So that's problem number one, obviously. But they're playing their best hockey right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, and they do
So-
have a good enough goaltender, and they've got offense, they've got defense. Like it,
But they may not make it.
You're probably going to lose the bet. However, it's not a horrible one because how good they're playing and because how good they were last year.
I know, but
And then they slumped this year and they looked awful, and now they're rising back up.
I love
wouldn't
when you
hate-
say you're probably going to lose the bet. However,
well,
if it's a bonus bet, I'd rather take a shot than play 380-1.
right.
exactly.
I'd rather take 28-1, 50-1. I'd create a portfolio of one shorter priced, one middle priced, one long shot.
Yep.
Right. And so to me, that if you're going to take a big time price, it's I don't think Florida's bad. I don't think Winnipeg's bad.
I think if you went Florida and then he stuck with his Rangers and then you went Avalanche, that's probably pretty decent.
There we go. We're going Florida, Rangers, Avalanche. There you go, Pedlo. All right, on to the best
I'm
bets.
not Pedlo.
On to the best bets of the day. Papa, dude, start us out with a parlay.
I couldn't find a whole lot to bet today. Obviously, I went baseball, and I'm just going to do a money line parlay because I like the pitching matchups a lot in this one. I think the Red Sox have the advantage over the Tigers greatly. Not so much the Braves over the Padres, but the Braves are playing really, really well. I think it's their home opener, so I really like them as well. So I'm going to go Reds, Braves, money line parlay at plus 171. I feel fairly safe with this one if the Braves can beat the Padres.
I am going to take a pretty big shot here. Give me the Islanders minus a goal and a half, plus 195.
I love it.
They're taking on Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay, second night of a road back-to-back. I talked about Tampa. They are already slotted in the 3 seed. They cannot go up. They cannot go down. The Islanders are 1 point ahead of Pittsburgh. They're playing at home where they're 23-13. Tampa on the road, just 2 games over 500. I will take the home team here, minus the goal and a half. And Tampa, too, is one of the earliest pulling their goalie teams. They love to do it. At one point this season, they had 19 losses, and 16 of those 19 were by at least 2 goals. So I'm going to lay the goal and a half of the Islanders here and take the plus 195, so we can get a big number home here.
Love
All
it.
right, Aaron, best bet.
Woo! He's getting salty. All right, let's go. Let's stay on the ice, I should say. I'm going to go with the Sabres must-win game for Buffalo tonight. If they want to stay in the hunt, they've got to win this one. They go on the road and take on Detroit, who, I mean, they're not officially eliminated, but they're eliminated. They're not going to make up the ground that it takes. So Buffalo's got to win. They got to show up with their best game. Detroit is not going to be quite as motivated tonight. I think Buffalo a little bit better team anyway. They've beaten Detroit 3 times already this year. So, and they score a ton of goals when they play Detroit as well. So give me the Sabres. I think they get it done. I've really liked this team all year long. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs, but I think they're a young up-and-coming team. I think they'll fight it out to the very end. So give me the Sabres. I thought at minus 115, that made a lot of sense to play them tonight.
I like it. I like the over here too, 6.5. I thought this was one that two teams that love to put the puck in the net. So I thought it was a logical over as well.
Yeah.
Love all the comments in the chat. We got a ton of horse racing comments going on. Makes me excited for the rest of the day and the weekend here on racingdudes.com. We've got the Magic Mike show today, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 o'clock Eastern. We'll be covering the late pick 5 from Keeneland's Saturday card. So diving into the bluegrass and more. Phenomenal cards all weekend at Keeneland. Aaron, I know you're going to be on quite a bit here as well. Talk to us about what you're doing.
Yeah, we got a big show coming up in 31 minutes, Dudes Who Bet Sports. We're going to do something different this week because usually we cover sports or Oakland. Well, neither great, right? We're going to get people upset. We're going to talk about 5 controversial issues right now in the world of horse racing and the sports world. So we'll see how many people we can make mad coming up in 31 minutes. You won't want to miss that. And then right after that show at 1:30 Central Time, we will have Blinkers Off. A big show coming up there with the 3 Derby preps, obviously. And then, that's a big day. And then, like I said, the Magic Mike show after that.
Yeah, we'll be back Friday morning, same time, same place for Dudes Who Bet Daily. Saturday morning, same time, same place, Dudes Who Bet Daily. Saturday afternoon, I don't remember what time, but we will be live for all 3 of the Derby preps with Magic, myself, and hopefully Aaron popping in and out there from Keeneland as well. So make sure you're subscribed here, YouTube.com/Racing Dudes, so you know whenever we go live. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button, the like button. Let's go over the best bets, and then we will take off here. So we've got Aaron, Sabres, minus 115. Papa Dude, Red Sox and Braves, plus 171. I'm going to go with the Islanders, minus a goal and a half, plus 195. 1-3 yesterday, a little frustrating. I took the wrong under. Year-to-date down $400. We'll be back at it. Same time, same place. I've said that like 3 times, so we're just going to say it again. Good luck with all your bets today, everybody. We will see you, I guess, in 30 minutes.